Iran has fired a direct ballistic missile strike at Al-Udeid Air Base in Qatar, one of the largest and most critical American military installations on the planet. This is the command hub. This is where the United States orchestrates air operations across multiple countries and active fronts. Fighter jets, surveillance aircraft, refueling tankers, intelligence platforms, and advanced command centers that direct military activity across a vast region all flow through this single facility. Thousands of U.S. troops are based there, and Iran just targeted it with precision missiles. Iranian officials and state media are describing the strike as a major success. American and Qatari officials say air defenses intercepted several incoming missiles. One missile hit the base, damage was limited, and operations continue. Between those two competing narratives is a reality that is already reshaping the balance of power in the Middle East. As you watch in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly what Iran claims happened, what the United States is saying in response, why the gap between those two stories matters more than either one on its own, and why this single strike may have already changed the calculus of every government in the Gulf, regardless of how much concrete was actually destroyed. Imagine you have a security system guarding your most valuable property. You have spent billions on cameras, sensors, alarms, and rapid response teams. You have told everyone in the neighborhood your building is untouchable. Then one night, someone shoots directly at it. Maybe the system stops most of the attack. Maybe some debris ends up inside the fence. Maybe the physical damage is minor, but everyone on the street just watched somebody take the shot. And now every single neighbor is asking the same question. If they can hit that building, what does that mean for mine? Hold on to that thought, because that is exactly the question every Gulf state is asking right now about its own relationship with the U.S. military presence on its territory. Drop your answer in the comments. Does the strike on Al-Udeid change the equation for countries hosting American bases, even if the damage on the ground was limited? Let us rewind. Al-Udeid Air Base sits southwest of Doha in Qatar. It is not just another airfield, it is the central nervous system of American air power in the Middle East. From Al-Udeid, the U.S. manages missions that span multiple countries and conflict zones simultaneously. The base hosts the Combined Air Operations Center, the CAOC, which coordinates and directs the full spectrum of American and coalition air operations across the region. Surveillance flights, combat sorties, aerial refueling, electronic warfare, and intelligence collection are all fused through this one command hub. For years, Iranian commanders have publicly warned that U.S. bases in the Gulf are within range of Iranian missiles and would be targeted in a major war. Western analysts have debated whether Iran had both the precision and the political will to actually strike a facility of this magnitude. The assumption in many defense circles was that hitting Al-Udeid would be such a dramatic escalation that Iran would be deterred by the likely consequences. That assumption has now been put to the test. According to Iranian state media, this strike was not a mere signal. It was a calculated operation aimed at the strategic nerve center of America's military presence in the Gulf. The question is no longer whether Iran would ever target a facility this important. The question is, what happens now that it has receipt number one, the Iranian claim of precision impact? According to Iranian officials, the strike on Al-Udeid formed part of a broader retaliation campaign in the escalating confrontation involving Iran, the United States, and Israel. Iranian commanders say precision missiles were launched in a coordinated salvo aimed at critical military infrastructure on the base. State media outlets in Iran quickly pushed out statements asserting that missiles struck important sections of the installation. Some reports suggest operational areas were hit. Others say logistical facilities and support infrastructure took significant damage. Iranian military spokesmen present the operation as proof that American military assets in the region are vulnerable and that even heavily fortified bases fall within reach of Iranian missile forces. The narrative out of Tehran is crafted with care. Strategically, it is designed to say, we can reach and hurt the most protected U.S. facilities in the Middle East. Symbolically, it is meant to tell every government in the region that hosting American forces does not guarantee safety. It guarantees being on the target list. Whether the physical damage truly matches the rhetoric is almost secondary to that strategic signal. Receipt number 2, the American counter narrative of limited damage. After hours of confusion, Washington R.